And we don't want to be the bad guy. We don't want to be mean. We don't want to be aggressive. We want to be polite and kind and fair. That's just our nature. That's how we're built. And that's how I started this political journey. But what I've realized is that people don't respect you unless you're strong. You can
Yeah.
ask for respect, but no one will give you respect. You have to fight for it. And so that we have been forced to become psychologically militant. We didn't start out like this. I was a soldier in the Australian Army, so I swore an oath to protect my country and to serve the crown. And now here I am, probably numero uno, trying to overthrow, or completely change the system, so that it's back to how it was, but even better. I want to go beyond just the White Australia policy, in the sense that I want. I'll give you a good example. I talk to tradesmen all the time. I've worked for many years as a laborer and as a tradesman on work sites, and they're angry. They're frustrated. They have to pay off 2.5 homes so that they can have one home. So they're in slavery with this mortgage system, with this reserve fractional banking. And yeah, they're pissed off that the country's getting full of Indians and Chinese. They don't like having to compete with foreigners for a house for their family. And they can't live the way they want to live. They can't afford to have their wife at home, because they've got to have this mortgage.
Problem.
So they
Yeah,
can't
to
have
their
as,
kids
as many
raised by
children as they want, and their wife isn't fertile and happy and healthy psychologically because she's stuck in traffic 2 hours a day. And so their lives are actually becoming more and more miserable, and they're paying off 2.5 homes so they can have one. And where is that 1.2 or 1.5 million dollars going over the next 30 years? It's going into these financial parasites that don't do anything, that don't perform any function in society. They are the fat. They are sucking the lifeblood out of the economy. And that's the hard labor, the sweat and the tears of these guys on work sites, busting their ass, working 6 days a week, and working harder than their grandfathers ever had to work for less. And so, people say, why are you so angry, Tom? It's like, the country is angry. They're just not honest about it. And I'm the one that's honest. I'm the one that is showing, well, this is actually how angry everyone is. And, I can be mocked and I can be criticized, but I can feel it. And I don't want to seem like I'm a therapist or something, but people come to me and they tell me the truth because they can't tell their wife how they feel. They can't tell, like, the media don't know how people feel. They're completely out of touch. The politicians don't know how people feel. They're completely out of touch. But when I go into a work site and I get recognized, oh, you're that Nazi guy, you're Thomas Sewell, and then they start telling you how they really feel. Then they're like, oh, I can't say this outside, but, I can be honest with you, because they know that I'm not going to judge them and dislike them because of the truth. And so I'm carrying that. My politics is, I am carrying the weight of all these average Joes, all these tradesmen, all these hardworking men. And they want their life to be worth more than just, go to work, pay tax, pay all this enormous amount in mortgage, and then die. And they have 1.5 children getting groomed into being trans or faggots at the public school. And they're just like, life has got to be worth more than this. And that's what motivates me. That's what keeps me going, despite the police, despite the bank accounts getting shut down, despite the intimidation and the violence. I just keep going because I know I'm fighting for my folk and I'm a defender of my people. And so I can't be swayed.
Yeah, someone has to do it. And I'm not near as extreme as you, but I constantly get people coming up to me, the same random strangers at bars, going around anywhere I'm at, walking out and just wanting to tell me things. You realize so many people think the way I do, but they can't say it to anyone. They come up just like so excited to talk to me about things, just like things that are kind of shocking you hear sometimes. But that's why I realize it's not unpopular, a lot of things I'm saying, because the amount of strangers that just come up to me excited wanting to talk to me because they don't have other people to talk to. So many people think the same way. Even when I was living in liberal cities, a different thing, but I was, talking about the trans stuff, that type of stuff early, and people would all be like, oh, I privately tell me they agree with me, but they'd be too scared to say anything publicly. And do you feel a massive shift happening in Australia because you put yourself out in the spotlight? Because you're pretty famous in Australia, correct? Like, you're pretty known over there, so people come up to you probably a good amount.
Yeah, I get approached almost every day on the street. A lot of the time, people just want to take photos with me. But sometimes people want to actually have a conversation and get involved. They want to know how to get involved and how to help. And I have a lot of respect for people that it'd be nice if people just joined. But sometimes people need a personal invite. They need to actually meet the man or meet someone that's a member. For them, it's more like social. They have to meet someone that's actually already involved and be like, okay, this guy is of good faith. It's not just for the cameras. It's not just for agitating for agitation's sake. It's not just this kind of militant black bloc kind of LARP in the city, holding a banner. This is actually a crew of guys. They're a brotherhood. Their families are involved. All their wives know each other. We're trying to build community. We're trying to build something bigger than just politics. Some people describe it as meta politics. This idea that, well, you don't win by just getting your political party elected. You win by transforming the culture and identity and psychology of the people. And that's what I've been mostly focused on, trying to inspire people and trying to get white community back, because we don't have it. We've lost that. We've lost the sense of self. And so it creates an emptiness where people, they are attracted to this kind of, materialism and corporatism. Oh, my sports ball team won. Yay, go Richmond Tigers. And it's like, it's actually empty,
Yeah, no, it's, do you know Thomas Russo?
Yes, I do. I know Thomas Russo.
He does a lot of the same thing. He came out to Vegas. I think he brought about 20 of his guys. It was really interesting. He spent like 14 hours with them, and it was the same thing. They were pushing community, nothing hateful at all. I was really like, wow, this is like a good, everyone calls them feds in the U.S. It's such retarded, like low IQ, but such a good guy, and they looked out for him.